Well, this summer, we're sharing some of KCCI's history as part of our 70th anniversary.
And today we are going back to the 1980s when a news icon stepped off the desk and our weather segment started including live radar.
Eric Hansen shows us what it was like for KCCI viewers 40 years ago.
Live from TV8 Center in Des Moines, the Mary Brubaker Show.
As the 70s turned to the 80s, KCCI's daily programs still focused on well-known personalities parents and kids growing up here loved.
And so I felt like I knew Mary Brubaker because she came into my house every morning with these really cool sort of local stories that you didn't really see anywhere else.
Famous stars and up-and-coming music groups.
We're so delighted that they could come and sing and play and pick live for you right here in our studio.
Even now, Mary remembers the sense of community her show created at KCCI.
It was my home. It was my home, away from home. And the people were my people. They were like my brothers and sisters and cousins.
Dolph Pulliam was transitioning from news and sports to Dolphin Company, his show for kids. As Iowa's first TV personality of color, there were growing pains.
In order to light me, they had to bring the lights right down on top of me, within a foot of me. And they put and so I had to try to read the camera with the lights shining right on me. And while I'm doing that, I'm starting to sweat.
In news,
Here's Rick Fredrickson.
Good evening. Russ Van Dyke is off for a couple of nights.
younger anchors with beards added to Channel 8's deep journalistic roots.
Pioneer street reporting with people who were growing with me in this business. So yeah, it's I think we fulfilled our mission of keeping the public informed.
But in 1983, the nation's longest tenured news anchor retired. On his last day at KCCI, after more than 6,000 newscasts, Russ Van Dyke shared his approach.
I try to imagine that these people have not heard radio newscasts, they haven't had time to read newspaper, they haven't seen a TV newscast, yet they want to know what's going on in the world today. And in the final analysis, whatever went on in the world today has to affect people, because that's the bottom line.
Whether the story of the day was inflation at Thanksgiving.
Grocers say the 14 to 16 pound size is the most popular and usually sells the fastest. Elmo Hawkins, TV8 News.
Or the state's new young governor.
We need to do a better job.
TV8 was there.
What I loved about the job was every day was new. Oh, it was wonderful to me because every day was a new day.
Connie McBurney's weather forecast that had been on a board?
Saturday, there's a system coming in. There's a low here, there's a low here, and there could very easily be 3 inches of snow behind here.
Started to include live radar and computer graphics in the 80s.
By tomorrow, very humid and highs mid-80s to lower 90s with that southerly wind at 10 to 20.
And on good days and bad,
Connie said it would be like this.
TV8 viewers knew the weather tagline.
Connie said it would be like this.
A lot of the headlines in the 80s centered around the farm crisis.
There's no other bids, the sale's closed. Right out of here. Illegal sale.
Farm foreclosures and sales on courthouse steps. But the biggest story of the decade broke on a Sunday morning when Dave Buzik spotted dozens of officers on his way to church.
Being the nosy reporter, I was going to go down just see if there was anything to it and ask somebody, and they said, well, the newspaper boy didn't return home.
He called Dana Carden.
And so he said, I've talked to the family, and we need you to go over to this house and pick up a picture of this kid named Johnny Gosch.
That night,
the boy was last seen this morning about 6 o'clock as he began his paper route in front of Valley United Methodist Church at 42nd and Ashworth.
KCCI aired the first of hundreds of stories about Johnny Gosch's disappearance.
A while later, the boy's father found the wagon with newspapers blowing in the wind.
And his wagon was still there. There were rubber bands from the newspapers he was delivering on the sidewalk.
It wasn't just a missing person. This kid did not come back. The papers were still there. What happened? And it was just, it was a real mystery.
In the days and weeks that came after that is how the community came together. People from miles away who would come to help search, who would come to help support the family. And it just kind of was a lesson in how Iowans help each other.
And it's still going on as we sit here today, 43 years later almost, and we still don't know what happened to Johnny Gosch.
A mystery that started in the 80s. The same decade when People's Press Conference gave KCCI viewers the chance to call in and talk to the governor, Time Capsule was a local version of 60 Minutes, and Pete Taylor was still the sports director.
But despite the frustration of losing on a last-second shot, Johnny Orr was still upbeat about his team.
They did a super job. In 1985, KCCI built a new broadcast headquarters in downtown Des Moines, giving journalists more room to work.
This is TV8 News Live at 6.
Good evening. And setting the stage for the big news of the 90s still to come. Eric Hansen, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
I love these look backs. I mean, my goodness, Eric is just capturing it all so well.
Yep.
For the next few weeks, we will be looking back at KCCI's most magical moments over the last 7 decades. Make sure to tune in next Tuesday as we welcome back former KCCI reporter and assistant news director Dana Carden. You saw him in Eric's piece just then. And we will talk about his passion for storytelling and some of his most special moments in the newsroom.
Just like Eric's pieces, those segments we've been doing here
Yes.
at 4. I want more. Like,
Yeah.
we could do the entire hour. So looking forward to next week's as well.